as we come up here on Independence Day tomorrow, I heard this question asked a while back, and I'll ask it again here. Um, we can talk about the challenges that Jamaica has as a society, with debts and crime and all sorts of things. So I've heard people ask the question before: is Jamaica better off being independent, where you have to fend for yourself, or under the control, yet a monetary beneficiary of the empire? So, what do you think?
Tough question. Now, when you say independent,
Yeah.
If they were independent of the debts that they owe to several countries, yeah. I think Jamaica is basically in the hole. They're basically so far in debt, and you can tell that from their monetary value, that it's going to be impossible to get ahead. I mean, virtually impossible. But I do definitely think that on their own, with the right people in power and in place, it would definitely be better.
Yep. Jojo Dancer, what do you think?
Definitely agree. To piggyback off of that, like Tech said, depending on who's in power and with the right leadership, I always say anything is possible. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah, right. The way I see it, obviously my answer is going to be independence. It's basically, you live under mommy and daddy's house, and you don't have to worry about a bill in the world. Everything is paid for. You don't even know, you don't know how they did it.
Exactly.
right.
I think about that all the time. You don't know how they did it, and you don't, because it's taken care of.
Magic.
But so you can sit there and just live under that, with everything taken care of, or you can get out on your own, embrace the challenges of the real world, learn and grow. So that's the way I see it. I think 58 years ago, Jamaica, fought for their independence, but that comes with growing pains. That comes, coming from under the British rule. Now you have to, build roads and all these sorts of things. So you get into debt and all sorts of different things. And then, corruption and all sorts of issues, come into play. But obviously we are better off as a result. So it's one of those things where, everything isn't all good. But if you think of, just the progress that we have made as a people over the years, we have a whole lot to be proud of. So with tomorrow being independence, let me ask both of you,
I thought you were about to play some Buju. All right, go ahead.
Okay, hold on. Let me share my screen now.
Oh, Lord.
All right. Because no matter where in the world I go, I am a Jamaican. No birth papers I have to show, because I am a Jamaican. All right.
Yes, we know.
I won't testify about budget today. All right. So, both of you, what are you most proud of in being a Jamaican? What brings you the most pride in being a Jamaican? You have to put on the national anthem in the background.
Hey, Joe. Yeah, go
Oh my God. Yeah, that would be nice. No, but so I always explain to a lot of people that my generation was the only generation in my family born outside of Jamaica. All of our parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles. So that's what we know. We are Americans raised as Jamaicans. And everywhere I've worked, every business I've been to, and I've talked to people, they say there's something different about me. I carry myself different. And that comes from my parents. My parents just raised me differently, and it's their Jamaican heritage, their background, their beliefs. My dad is all about, yes. My dad is all about self-discipline and your morals and values, and my mom is the same way, and she's a
Pick up Uncle
devoted
Burnett.
Christian. Right? No, excuse me. Imhotep Lamumba.
Imhotep. Big up yourself, Imhotep.
But I mean, my dad, for as long as I can remember, he instilled in me, number one, be a proud Jamaican. Number two, Black is beautiful, and America is nowhere for Black people. That's his opinion.
That's why he left.
That's why
he's right, but I digress. But yeah, I mean, I just love our culture, the food, the music. I mean, people, the good, the bad, the ugly, and the different. I mean, I just feel a pride whenever I see somebody rocking our flag or listening to our music. Or, as everyone knows, I work at hotels. So this past weekend, we had a lot of guests from out of town, and my mask is the Jamaican flag. And so this African guy started singing Chronic's music to me and saying how much he loved Jamaica. And
he was trying to holler.
Huh?
He was trying to holler. All right, go ahead.
No, stop it. But anyway, but I mean, yeah, it's just everything about.
Yeah. So you mentioned something there. As somebody, as a Jamaican who was born in Houston, Texas, and that is 100% attributable to your parents and how you're. Sometimes I forget you weren't actually born in Jamaica because you just exude Jamaica all over, and that's how you were raised, and so it was ingrained in you, and yeah, man. So, pick up on G and Uncle Burnett or whatever name. Imhotep Lamumba.
Yeah.
Texas. What you say?
So for me, it's simple. It's just the culture. I mean, we have to think about about the impact we have all over the world. This small island. What's the population of Jamaica?
Like 4 million or something like that.
Okay. Comparative to the world,
3.5 million.
I mean, anywhere in the world you go, you see a Jamaican, you know a Jamaican. Our impact is just enormous. Whether it be our food, culture, locks, whatever it may be, music. Yeah, well, the ballad one of them too.
You don't have to dread to be Rasta. Remember that.
That's true.
All right.
Bob Marley said it. But our culture is just one that's phenomenal and one of love. And that's what I'm most proud of.
Yeah. So
big up Aunt Denise and Uncle Barry, my godmother.
So that don't mean we're gonna take it easy on the Clash. You're done enough.
So who is Drake and who is my father in the Clash? All right, anyway. So
you know what, Doug? You're the instigator. You know what? I'm gonna tell my mom.
That ain't nothing new.
Hey, as long as I get my fritters weekend. Anyway,
but he gonna be the judge. The fruits of the labor.
So I obviously agree with what both of you said. So I harken back to a time when the Marley documentary first came out. Well, the first time it was, because I didn't watch it in the theaters. I watched it once it was released on cable, right? And
which one? I Shot the Sheriff?
No, not that one.
Which one?
It's called Marley. That's the name of it.
Okay.
It's about just his life.
Yeah.
And so I remember I was watching it one Sunday morning. It was early one Sunday morning, and it got to the end, where they showed little kids all around the world, in China, in North Korea, in Rwanda, singing One Love. And it was like, they played the whole song, and you saw little kids all over the world, and it literally just brought me to tears. So Nikki was about to go Dr. Walter was about to go someplace. So she came upstairs, and she come up there, and I am just there bawling. She's like, "What's wrong with you?" and I couldn't even really explain, but it's basically when I look at this one little Rasta man who come from St. Anne Bush, just like I come from, this one little man, who then moved to Trenchtown, which is, just poverty-stricken area, come out of that gutter and come from that and become this worldwide symbol that I have not been to a country in the world where I have not seen something about Bob Marley. Either somebody wearing a t-shirt, see it on a wall, something about Bob Marley. And I'm just thinking, so that this one man did a whole lot for just putting Jamaica on the global map. And it's not just Bob Marley, as you mentioned, it's just our overall culture. Darius, who own Uptown Lounge, he was saying to me the other day, he was looking at a map and he just saw how small Jamaica is, and and he said, to be a country that small, you have a tremendous impact on the world, just around the world.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Just a certain level of consciousness, the music, the food, the vibes, just, you know what I mean? So it's we have, people can't want to talk about, look, there's no perfect country in the world. We know that. We're living in one that is extremely imperfect right now. I'll tell you what, nowhere in the world could a Donald Trump become a prime minister of Jamaica. Anyway, that's my one Trump statement for the day. But, everything isn't well, but there is no perfect place on earth. But Jamaica, it's my heart, it's my soul. Before before you know anything about me, you're going to know that I'm Jamaican. You're going to hear that before anything else. And we have a lot to be proud of. So tomorrow, August 6th, we celebrate Jamaica. As we say, we look about with Talawa. We are small, but we've made a tremendous impact. So we, with pride, let's make this next 58 years even better. You know what I mean? So let's do all we can to make our home, the place that is in our heart, be the best that it can be. So I'll end on that note.